So what does this image remind you of? And this one? And this one? So I've played many RTS and SOG games, well, which stand for real-time strategy and simulation games, that these three images instantly remind me of some sort of resource buildings in many of these games, like the geothermal plant from Soul Zero, power plant from Red Alert 2, the electricity system from Dyson Sphere Program, the resource stacks from Surviving Mars, etc, etc. So will this be another RTS and SOG game? Hey, what's up gamers, Hendrik here. As you can see, today we're going to check out the newest announced hypergraph game, Arknights Endfield. So, me myself is a fan of Arknights and I've been playing it since launch, and I'm pretty sure hypergraph won't mess it up with their best IP, which is Arknights. I am super excited about it, and that's why I'm making this video, which is actually not in my plan for this week. But hey, who cares? So Hypergraph did not announce all the details about what the game is about, but we can still find some clues from their trailers. First of all, the game type. I suppose it'll be a mixture of RTS, SOG and ARPG game. The trailer shows that there will be heavy teamfight elements, and you need to lead a dozen of troops for some real-time battles, which refers to RTS, real-time strategy. The square scanning wave, which in real life is usually with round shapes, is making me feel like RTS or SOG game, that in these two type of games you normally need to place your buildings on square grids. The construction field showing on the trailer shows clearly that there's SOG elements inside, and speaking of the ARPG part, the gameplay demo is making it very obvious. Now, there's one thing I want to talk specifically, which is the control panel. You can find operators button on the top left corner, which means there will be collection elements, or in the other word, gacha element to get different operators. Lineup button on the middle left, which means a team of operators can work together, possibly like Arknights now. Friend button right under lineup, and on the bottom left corner shows two types of resources. The first one with an electricity icon is obviously current power, and the one on the right looks like some sort of resources. What's worth mentioning is that these power and resources belong to two different places, which means players might need to build up bases all over the place, just like these marks showing the maps in the middle. And the right side has a mission icon. Daily missions or quests like in ARPGs? We don't know yet. Then the map icon, probably a larger map comparing with the one shown in the middle of this panel, and possibly less interactive since the map in the middle has a toy button, which might allow players to deploy their operators on the marked place on this map. The icon under map is profile. I assume it will be the profiles of different operators, plus the plot profile possibly. Then the back button, which proves again that there will be some sort of RPG elements. I mean, you don't need a bag in a pure simulation game, right? And finally, the purchase button, where the whales will regain their confidence from the contingency contract. Now, let's take a look at the second question. What's the relationship between Arknights and Arknights Endfield? There's one scene in this trailer that catches my attention. Like, are these aircraft carriers and submarines? Or is that nomadic cities like in Arknights? I personally would say they are CV and SS, and considering the huge size of the SS on the front, that could even be an SSBN, which stands for Nuclear Powered Ballistic Missile Carrying Submarine. Furthermore, if you take a closer look at the KV, key visual of Arknights Endfield, you will realize none of these characters has any sign of having oripathy, which is the key concept of Arknights. Other than that, you'll even find a dude holding a modern assault rifle who doesn't look like Lateranian. In this case, Arknights Endfield story is likely happening before the timeline of Arknights, and after the destruction of most human civilization, which is exactly what Endfield means. Alright, as this video is about to end, I have a good news and a bad news for you. I guess I'll start with a bad one. So I estimate that we'll need to wait half a year to 2 years from the game to release, at least. And the good news is, you can pre-register it now on TapTap, that it'll memorize it for you, and you will not miss out any news or the beta test chance wherever you're living at. So don't forget to pre-register now on TapTap with the link on description below, and we'll see you on the next video.